Haiti Under Siege, the lies about Haiti gangs. Now, I initially planned this segment with my fingers crossed, hoping that I was going to be able to get Dan Cohen, but Dan Cohen being so busy, he has not responded yet. But I still have some receipts to kind of go over some items here to kind of give you the story of what's happening. Now, of course, anything that you're hearing on corporate media is lies, mistruths, misrepresentations of what's happening in Haiti. One of which is the labeling of gangs. And we talked about this before when Dan was on here. I'm going to play large segments of it where I'm not going to comment just to get us a foundation for what we're going to be talking about. But they talk about a guy named Barbecue, and Barbecue is being described as one of the leaders, if not the top leaders. In corporate media, they call him like the kingpin. He's like the kingpin of gangs. Now, when you have an establishment, you have the U.S. empire labeling somebody a gang, what is your natural reaction? Is your natural reaction to go, oh, that's a bad person? Or if an empire, let's just take this to the movies on Star Wars, if the empire on Star Wars labels Luke Skywalker a gang member, wouldn't that mean that Luke Skywalker is a good guy? That's essentially what's happening here. Barbecue is the one that's trying to raise the consciousness of the people about what's happening to Haiti, essentially. Now, let's listen to this conversation that Kim Iverson has with Dan Cohen. And what's recently bringing a lot of discussion about Haiti is about what's recently happened in Haiti. Haiti is going through a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of fighting that's happening on the ground. There's a lot of jousting by governments that's trying to take advantage of this situation, the U.S. being one of them, the U.S. pressuring the U.S. installed president. And remember, he wasn't democratically elected. He was U.S. installed president. Now they got him to resign, and now there's a vacuum. And so this is all backed by the United States. They're trying to create a situation where military is going to be forced to go into Haiti. That's what's happening, and the United States is absolutely orchestrating it. Now let's listen to this conversation. Now they're talking mostly about Barbecue because that's the focal point of the establishment, because he's seen as the kingpin, the one that's leading what the people on the ground is calling a revolution, but what they're calling like gangs are out of control.
Dan Cohen, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Good to be with you, Kim.
So you've been on the ground covering Haiti. You even did a documentary about Jimmy Barbecue. So just what is your overall impression right now of people, of the narrative that's going around about him? Is it true? Is he eating people? Is he a cannibal?
Yeah, there's a huge propaganda push. I would say a parallel to the 40 beheaded babies deception that we saw at the beginning of this Gaza genocide, in order, of course, to justify it. And now we're seeing the claims that Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier is a cannibal and eats people. And there was a video that went viral, pushed by this guy, Dom Lucre. I don't know how you say his name exactly, but this like viral sort of like pro-Trump account that is of indeed somebody cannibalizing their victim in Haiti, but it's from 2021. It's an old video, and it's from a completely different part of the country. So, and the irony is that Jimmy Cherizier is like the anti-crime guy. So he's against horrible things like that, you know, killing innocent people, not only, but this whole idea that cannibalism is rampant is so far from reality. I mean, that was a really shocking video for basically all Haitians. And the whole point of it, that video of a guy eating a dead body, someone that he had murdered and burned, was to shock and terrorize. And that's exactly what Cherizier is fighting against.
So since this is, I forgot about this part being the cannibalizing video was part of this, was in the beginning. I know that you guys are anxious. So let me make sure I show you what that is. I'm not showing you the video because they recently took it down, actually. Oh, here it goes. This one right here. They took down the video, like YouTube took down the video. Now, the person that he's referring to is this guy, Dom Lucre. I think that's how you say it. This is a viral guy, but he's spreading a bunch of lies. Dan Cohen calls him like a pseudo Trump supporter, but this is the video that he's referring. But this is the call out, calling him out about this video. So he did post the video, Don, and it showed a guy eating somebody. But this was and Dan Cohen is going to explain exactly who the video shows. But it's clearly not barbecue. But this is the narrative they're trying to sell. This is the propaganda narrative they're trying to sell. So imagine, no, I'm not saying barbecue is Fidel Castro or Che Guevara. I'm not saying that at all. But imagine the type of propaganda that the establishment, the empire, would be saying about Che and Fidel during the Cuban Revolution. Imagine what was said. The things they were saying that they were doing to the people, that they were doing, that they were, cannibals, that they were doing, not cannibals, but they were just vicious people, despicable people. So that's the same framing that we're seeing here with barbecue. And you're just seeing a lot of propaganda about him and the movement. Now, this is what Dan says about it in the tweet. And I'll read it here before we go back to the video where he kind of explains more. This is absolutely not barbecue, aka Jimmy Cherizier. I think that's how you say it. And has nothing to do with him. It's a video from years ago of a gang member in the Artubanite Valley eating a burnt victim body in order to terrorize the population, and is a very rare occurrence despite media claims. There is a major propaganda push to demonize barbecue in order to pave the way for foreign invasion. This person, Don Lucre, I think that's how you pronounce it, should delete this and check sources before promoting dangerous misinformation. Watch my and Kim's this is not Kim Iverson. He's talking about the documentary, which we're going to watch a little bit of it. Watch his documentary and learn the truth about barbecue and the uprising in Haiti. And he gives the link there. But of course, this guy is not interested in learning or doing anything like that. But now let's go back to the video with Kim, and then we'll continue with corporate media's reaction. Okay, the Kim video is in a different window. So let's go back to the Kim Iverson interview video here and finish out what he says here. Let's listen.
Do we know who that guy was that was eating the person?
Yeah, that was in the Artibonite Valley, which was the breadbasket of Haiti until the Clintons came along. It's kind of in the central region of the country, and it was like I'd have to look exactly what the research is, but it's like some kind of obscure gang member, that in a battle with another one did that to shock people.
Well, it was certainly shocking. I literally was nauseous when I watched that. It made me kind of sick to my stomach. Just ugh. So, but that's not Jimmy Barbecue, and it doesn't even look like him.
Right, exactly. That guy, like most Haitians, is like pretty skinny, and does not look like him at all. And Jimmy Barbecue is, he's got a hefty belly on him.
He's got a chunky,
he's got a more kind of round head. It does not look like him at all. But I mean, that claim has been all over. Elon Musk is promoting it. Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador,
they don't care
is quoting
if it's
it and saying,
not.
"See, we can go and clean up the gang situation in Haiti." So it's a really kind of dangerous moment.
What is it that Jimmy Barbecue, first of all, why does he have that nickname then if it isn't for barbecuing people and eating them, which
Here's
is
the
what
story
the
behind
implication
that.
is right now. So why does he have that nickname?
Yeah, so that claim originated in a Vice news piece. Vice, which is basically did like CIA propaganda on Haiti, collaborated with an NED funded so-called human rights group called the RNDDH that has a very, very notorious history of basically supporting coup d'etats and pumping out terrible disinformation in Haiti. And so that was in this Vice piece, and they said it's because he likes to burn people alive. But the reality is, when he was a kid in the streets of Port-au-Prince, there were a bunch of other Jimmys, and his mother sold grilled meats on the street, so he became Jimmy Barbecue.
Oh, so it was just a nickname from childhood, just because that's what his
Exactly.
parents did. Kind of like if you're a baker in your with your last name, right? And it's
Right.
it's because that was your family trade. Okay, so
Right.
that's why he's Jimmy Barbecue. So in your getting to know him, have you talked to him recently? So when did you do the documentary?
We so right after the president of Haiti was assassinated in July 2021, I reached out to Kim Ives, your almost namesake, and
Right.
who's a longtime Haiti reporter. I mean, he's the English language editor for Haiti Liberté, which is the largest weekly newspaper in Haiti. He's based in Brooklyn. So I immediately contacted him, who I'd known, and he told me, this guy, this is about really about stomping out this revolutionary movement that's emerging from the slums. I was like, Kim, can we go down there? Can I meet this guy, Barbecue? So we went down there shortly after in July 2021, made another trip a few months later, and then we released the documentary in November 2022, right as we went down there to film another piece, which I did for Redacted. And then I was there again in August of 2023, and then I was just in Haiti again interviewing Barbecue for another piece we're working on right before all this stuff kicked off. About 3 weeks ago, I was there.
Oh, wow.
All right. Here is the next part. Now, I do want to give a little bit more fuller information to the story, kind of just hovering around what's going on. And we're going to go to the Black Agenda Report for this next receipt here. Let me make this a little bit smaller so more can fit here. All right, so this is the Black Agenda Report, and the headline is Haiti Behind the Headline, and this is actually was just written today. So let's read just a little bit of this. The Black Alliance for Peace lays out the reality of the ongoing crisis in Haiti, rejecting the mainstream narrative of crisis of gangs. So just going to directly to the point of the lies that they're talking about, that they're spreading. They're spreading the lies that that Haiti has a gang problem. That's the narrative that they're selling. If I didn't make that clear earlier, with the title "Haiti Under Siege: The Lies About Haiti Gangs," and that's what they label them. But let's read what it says here. Haiti is in the headlines again, and as usual, the headlines on Haiti are mostly negative. They are also largely false. Haiti, they tell us, is overrun by gang violence. Haiti is a failed state, standing on the verge of anarchy and teetering on the edge of collapse. Haiti, they tell us, can only be stabilized and saved through foreign military invasion and occupation. We have seen these stories before. We know their purpose. They serve to cover up the true origins of the crisis in Haiti while justifying foreign military intervention and setting up an attack on Haiti's sovereignty. So that's what this is about. Selling fear, gangs, in order to sell the solution of military intervention. What is the reality behind the headlines? The reality is that the crisis in Haiti is a crisis of imperialism. Those countries calling for military intervention, the US, France, Canada, have created the conditions making military intervention appear necessary and inevitable. The same countries calling for intervention are the same countries that will benefit from intervention, not the Haitian people. And for 20 years, those countries that cast Haiti as a failed state actively worked to destroy Haiti's government while imposing foreign colonial rule. On Haiti, the position of the Black Alliance for Peace has been consistent and clear. We reject the sensationalistic headlines in Western media with their racist assumptions that Haiti is ungovernable and the Haitian people cannot govern themselves. We support the efforts of Haitian peoples to assert their sovereignty and reclaim their country. We denounce the ongoing imperialist onslaught of Haiti and demand the removal of Haiti's foreign colonial rulers. What's going on in Haiti? The crisis in Haiti is a crisis of imperial. They just kind of give a breakdown here, but hang on a second here. All right, so I'll go ahead and read this. The crisis in Haiti is a crisis of imperialism, but what does that mean? It means that the failure of governance in Haiti is not something internal to Haiti, but it is a result of a concerted effort on the part of the West to gut the Haitian state and destroy popular democracies in Haiti. Haiti is currently under occupation by the U.S., UN, and core group, a self-appointed cabal of foreign entities who effectively rule the country. And if you see the picture of these people, they all no African, no person of dark skin at all in this group. And the occupation of Haiti began in 2004 with the U.S., France, Canada sponsored coup d'etat against Haiti's democratically elected president. The coup d'etat was approved by the UN Security Council. It established an occupying military force, euphemistically called peacekeeping mission, with the acronym, and you see it there, MINUSTA. Though the MINUSTA mission officially ended in 2017, the UN office in Haiti was reconstructed as BIHUH, B-I-H-U-H. BINIB, and it looks like it's misspelled here, along with the core group countries, continues to have a powerful role in Haitian affairs. Over the past 4 years, the Haitian masses have mobilized and protested against an illegal government, imperial meddling, and the removal of fuel subsidies, leading to rising costs of living and insecurity by elite-funded armed groups. However, these protests have been snuffed out by U.S.-installed puppet governments. There's a lot here to go through, and we're not going to go through all of it. But the point being, because I do have some other receipts I want to show, and maybe I'll get back to this article. The point being is that Haiti is a country that has a lot of, you can say, colonial Western chauvinist country animosity because of the Haitian Revolution and because of what they were able to do. So they've kind of always been sort of showing this hatred, always willing to do something bad to the country in any way. If they can help in destabilizing the country, that's what they want to do in Haiti. And this latest sort of uproar about gangs in Haiti is simply a propaganda tool to make, you know, what do I say about propaganda? They just want to create the conditions to make it fertile for you to buy bullshit down the line. So this is just making it for fertile ground for them to sell. What's the bullshit down the line? Foreign military invasion. That's the point of what's happening here in the uproar of what's happening in Haiti. And barbecue is just one of the scapegoats they're using. in this nonsense that's going on, this propaganda campaign against Haiti. Let's go back to Twitter, so I can, because I do want to show you a couple of things on Twitter. One of which is the documentary that they speak about in this interview with Kim Iverson. The documentary kind of talks about the state of play also in Haiti. So let's listen. This may be the first several minutes of it. I'll read what's on the screen once it pops up. It says, "It is within this mass of humanity, this people of the shanty town, at the core of the lumpen proletariat, that the rebellion will find its urban spearhead." The lumpen proletariat that constitute one of the most spontaneous and most radical forces of a colonized people, and any movement for freedom ought to give its fullest attention to this lumpen proletariat. That's Frantz Fanon.
2 centuries ago, the slaves of the French colony Saint-Domingue broke the chains of chattel slavery and colonialism. They called their new nation by its indigenous Arawak name, Haiti. The example and ideals of the Haitian revolutionaries spread throughout the hemisphere, leading over the next century and a half to liberation movements worldwide. Ever since that seminal revolution, North America and Europe have punished Haiti for its vanguard role through sanctions, dictatorships, coups d'etats, and invasions. Today, Haiti is a neo-colony of the United States, France, and Canada. Throughout it all, the Haitian people have resisted not only their subjugation, but the discrediting and vilification of their culture and fight for self-determination. This documentary series will push back against the disinformation deployed against Haiti and show how its so-called gang violence is in reality the continuation of a 200-year class struggle against exploitation and oppression.
So if we were to start a revolution here in the United States, the empire would call us gangs. That's what empires call groups of people fighting against the empire. Terrorists is another. That's the latest. That's like another version, another iteration of the same thing, the same sort of a concept.
One of Haiti's top gang leaders.
One of Haiti's most notorious, most powerful gang leaders.
Jimmy
Cherizier, known as Barbecue.
Jimmy
Is threatening.
His threats risk plunging Haiti into deeper chaos.
Qui est Barbecue?
Monsieur Barbecue.
C'est un criminel. Elle numéro 1. Pays d'Haïti et il compris Bénin.
Soit défendre cause moun. L'Éternel va la face.
Jimmy Cherizier alias Barbecue, entrer la Kaimoun, li casser Kaimoun, li plier Kaimoun, li médifier Kaimoun. Problème li gave. Li te vle guider nous, non façon pour nous voler même j'avais. Nous même tout nous pas besoin voler. Parce que c'est mon l'école, c'est mon social. Problème li c'est que li te vle nous entrer dans notre team Genève en familial.
Jimmy, how do you respond to these accusations?
Pas répondre et mon ka parler. Raison que fait pas répondre.
Now, I'm just going to read a little bit of what he's saying just so you get his response, because this is all going to have to be translated. So I'll read some of his response and then we'll get to another receipt and move on to the next story.
Parce que c'est mon l'école, c'est mon social. Problème, c'est que il te voulait nous entrer dans notre team Genève en familial.
Jimmy, how do you respond to these accusations?
Pas répondre.
I'm not going to respond to the person. I can't see where it says. Speaking. The reason I won't respond to him is because he was a kid in Rosemont when I lived there. I have a house in Rosemont where he was a kid who used to come to me begging for money and I would give it to him. Today, I'm fighting against a system
contre un système. Et dans niveau
And this level I struggle. I'm not going to lower myself to reply to a civilian who was lying about me. We have more important things to address. We have a country to save. All those are lies. It's the system seeking to destroy me because today I dare to denounce that system. This is a revolution that's happening, and that's what they're labeling them, gangs, just like they would label us a gang of people fighting, just like they labeled Fidel Castro and J. Cava gangs. There's a lot here that I wanted to cover, but again, I'll schedule probably Margaret Kimberly too, and Dan Cohen for an interview. But I still wanted to cover just the basics of it, even without him. Now let's listen to how corporate media is covering what's happening in Haiti. This is what he's referring to, the lies. This is what they're all referring to. And I'm talking about Dan. I'm talking about Kim and all the interviews we've been watching. This is corporate media spin on it.
Also tonight, Haiti's prime minister announcing he will step down as armed gangs rampage in the capital. We get more from Andrea Mitchell.
With criminal gangs overrunning his country, Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry agreeing to step down as soon as the Transitional Governing Council is created. His resignation under pressure after a crisis meeting Secretary of State Tony Blinken held with Caribbean leaders in Jamaica late into the night.
A political crisis, escalating violence, unrest. This has created an untenable situation for the Haitian people.
Henry is widely blamed for the worst turmoil in Haiti's long, troubled history. Gangs attacking police stations, breaking prisoners out of jail, looting the port, thousands displaced.
They're selling their stuff to survive. Political and security crisis has turned into a humanitarian crisis.
Henry has denied a judge's report he helped plot the assassination of Haiti's president in 2021. He promised to hold elections, but never did. A U.S. special envoy in Haiti quit to protest U.S. policy there. What do you think is the critical problem?
We have never let them choose their leaders. The U.S. needs to give them space. Just one time. That's all they're asking.
In Florida's Haitian-American community, Terry Isaac is desperate to rescue his wife and 6-month-old baby with a heart condition.
Not knowing whether or not those guys are eventually going to pop up in your neighborhood and start shooting people and start doing crazy things.
The UN voted last year for Kenya to lead a multinational force to restore order. But tonight, Kenya says it won't go in until Haiti has a new government. Lester.
Andrea Mitchell, thank you.
So that's the narrative from corporate media, which is just, lies. Let's continue. I think this last one here I want to show. Play a little bit of this. Let me set it up this way. This is Democracy Now! Haiti's unelected prime minister says he will resign after months of unrest with transitional council to take over. Haitian American scholar, her name is Jemima Pierre, says it's unlikely to end the crisis as long as the U.S. and other countries continue interfering in Haitian affairs. Let's listen to her point of view here.
Announcement, we believe, from Puerto Rico that he will be stepping down and what exactly that means.
Good morning, Amy. Thanks for having me back again. I wanted to, it is interesting what many people are saying is that how could a prime minister that was not chosen by the people or any elected official resign when he didn't have a mandate to begin with. And so what I see and what many see is this charade apparently happening in the sense that they're trying to put a veneer of legality on this situation, basically saying that Henry has to resign in order to have a presidential council in order to move on with so-called free and fair elections. And so to me, the people making decisions continue to make the decisions, and the resignation is only a veneer of legality for those making the decisions. And that itself is a problem that is not going to be solved.
And Professor Pierre, this all the coverage that we're getting here in the United States is of chaos created by gangs in the street. You have a different perspective and view of these so-called gangs, and you actually object to that use of that term. Could you talk about why and the role of the gangs in forcing Henri out?
Well, like I said yesterday, the problem that people focus on and what makes the media, what makes the mainstream news in the U.S. is just pictures of extreme violence by these groups. I don't like the term gangs because I don't think these are gangs. It's an extremely terrible and racialized term used, especially when it comes to people from nations like Haiti. And I think these are armed groups. Some are paramilitaries, and some are just armed groups that have access to guns. And in that sense, we have to be clear that this is not a bunch of people running around in terms of thinking about movies from the 1990s in the U.S. about gangs. And so that's the first. The second thing is that the so-called gang violence is actually not the main problem in Haiti. The main problem in Haiti is the constant interference of the international community. And the international community here is very explicitly the U.S., France, and Canada. What's fascinating about yesterday's negotiations with CARICOM is the fact that the key negotiators, so-called foreign negotiators outside of the CARICOM countries were U.S., France, Canada, and Mexico. What's fascinating, and that's problematic in itself because it was U.S., France, and Canada that were behind the coup d'etat that removed our elected president that led us to this the precipice that we're in right now. And so, how is it that France, of all places, why is it all the way in the Caribbean negotiating on behalf of Haiti? The other part is these negotiations were happening. The foreign governments met first in a secret meeting that did not include Haitian participants, and then later on let in the Haitian participants. And then the foreign governments laid out rules of engagement, which means that you cannot be part of the discussion if you don't agree, first of all, to this foreign military intervention that the U.S. is planning for Haiti. And so that tells us, what does that tell us? That the U.S. makes the decisions, that this is the status quo, and that the same things that happen now will flare up again later.
And what interest does the U.S. have in Haiti and Canada as well?
This is the part we're going to end on that I was waiting for her to end on. It is a longer interview, but we're listening to a little bit less than half. But this is the question we're going to end on.
Right. People always ask, why is it that the U.S. has so much interest in Haiti? And we have to ask that from the very beginning, because the U.S. has been trying to control Haiti for a very long time, since the late 1800s, when it wanted the Mont Saint Nicolas Island inlet, the top part of the island, because the Haiti's on the Windward Passage, which is a direct route through there to the Panama Canal for the U.S. to reach Asia. The U.S. needs to have a very strong force there in order to stave off, Cuba, Venezuela, and so on. The U.S. needs Haiti for its corporations and cheap labor, because Haiti has 12 million people in its population, the largest country in CARICOM, and Haiti has been destabilized by the U.S. over and over again. And this mission, I wanted to also say, this mission that people are calling a UN mission is a problem, because it is not a UN mission. It's a UN sanctioned mission. But if people read the print of the resolution that allows for this deployment, and it's a Chapter 7 deployment, which means that these forces can use extreme force by land, air, and sea. If they read the agreement, it says that it's not officially a UN mission. It's a mission led by volunteer states. That means that they have to pay for it, which is why Blinken, and the U.S. said that the Department of Defense is adding more money, and that's why Blinken is paying for the Kenyans $200 million. Now it's $300 million to come in and do this. And so this not being an official UN mission means that it's actually more precarious for Haitian people, because in terms, when we think about human rights, at least we had the veneer of protection under a UN occupation when we had MINUSTA, the UN occupation, occupy Haiti from 2004 to 2017. And everyone remembers what this occupation meant for Haitians. It meant cholera that killed 10 to 30 million and sickened, not million, 10 to 30,000 and sickened a million. That brought lots of extrajudicial killings and murders and sexual exploitation of young girls and women in Haiti. And so for us, what occupation means is this. And so now, and these were the people who were under UN rules of engagement. This mission to Haiti is not under UN rules of engagement. And for people to say, for those running these negotiations to say that the first requirement to be able to participate in this conversation is to allow this foreign force of Kenyans who don't speak English, who are known for their human rights abuses, to me, that's a very big problem. And I have to say just one thing quickly. This reminds me of something that Dantes Bellegarde, who was a Haitian diplomat in the early 1900s while Haiti was also under occupation, where he said, God is too far and the United States is too close. And I think that this is what a lot of people are feeling right now in Haiti.
God is too far and the United States is too close. That is a very poignant point that she makes there in the end, but that is sort of the latest that's happening in Haiti. Like I said, we'll try to get Dan Cohen on, maybe Margaret Kimberly on to talk further about this issue, but that was a great summation by Jemima Pierre. I believe that's how you say her name.